Everyday peoples, what's up? I got this guy here. He's from Mali, originally, born and raised. However, he has lived in this country, this great country of the United States of America for quite some time. He has lived in several states, so he's well informed in the norms of our society and the ways of our politics here. So for you, I pose this question for you. What is, in your opinion, your take on the politics of foreign and domestic? Foreign as in Mali and domestic as in the United States. What are your opinions on it?
My opinions on that is, first of all, my name is Dames. Some call me Adama. My opinion about that is that people are not united any longer.
Where? In Mali or United States?
Both in Mali and in America. And this is an ancient concept which has been going on for thousands of years, for hundreds of thousands of years. If you're not united, it's very easy to divide and conquer. That's what's been going on right now. Basically, I'll start with America. Here, the Democrats and the Republicans. Nobody wants to work with nobody. The independents are not large enough to make a difference. So it's either you're a Republican or you're a Democrat. And those two are not coming together to make sure that the country and the states and the government works for the people that elected them into the offices. Mm-hmm. Now, when they get into the offices, they're more worried about their own seats than they're worried about mom and pop stores. Basically, if there is a law, if there is a bill that is supposed to make the country better, I believe both Republicans and Democrats need to come together and find a common ground. Sometimes it's hard to find a common ground, but whenever you find a common ground, it's always for the greater good. So now, relating that to back home in Mali, the difference is that, first of all, I'll touch on to the similarities. People are not united back home. Al-Qaeda has seized 1/3 of the country. Timbuktu, Guinea, Gao, the greatest part of Mali has been seized.
I'm sorry, 30% of the country is Al-Qaeda now?
Yes.
Wow.
They have a flag, they have a map, they have a name. They want to take this big chunk of the country, about the size of Texas, to make that their own country. This is people that actually went to war for Gaddafi. Gaddafi promised them, you come and work for me, fight for me, I give you weapons to go back home and claim your own country, because Gaddafi's mother is from that side. I did not learn this in school. I was told by grandpeople, which is grandparents and word of the mouth. Nobody has seen the birth certificate, but I've been told that Gaddafi's mother is from that side of my country. Therefore, he wants to help these people. He's already dead. Therefore, he wanted to help these people claim that side of my country as their own country so that he can have more control over that side of the country. So basically, the country is not united. The former president of Mali, of my country, by the name of Amadou Toumani Touré, they call him ATT, he got ousted, I believe March 24th of this year. When he got ousted, being that he had already appeased a bunch of these rebels, about hundreds of them, he had brought them into the he had brought them into the government so that, if you give them high official positions, they will stop fighting. However, they only came with an agenda of learning how the internal government works, so that once there is turmoil in the country, they run back and try to fight against the country, which is exactly what they did.
So it was a miscalculated risk on his part and an internal coup.
And in internal coup, the reason why the internal coup took place is because everybody knew that the president was appeasing these people so that there is no major war between the government and these people, but there is no peace. Because he wanted to amend the constitution to run for the 3rd term. People told him, no, you can't do that. You can't amend, you can't change the rules in the middle of the game. Therefore, the only way for him to stay in the presidency forever is to have instability in the country.
Understand. So that's like the mayor here in this great city of New York City. Mayor Bloomberg amended the rules to be have a 3rd term.
Yeah.
So let me ask you one quick question, the last question.
Mm-hmm.
How can the solution be resolved as far as unity in Mali as well as the United States of America?
Okay.
Starting with Mali.
Starting from Mali. The solution that they have is for the politicians, because they're worried more, like I said, they're worried more about themselves than the country and the people that elected them to rule the country. So in order to fix this, all the politicians need to get together to make sure they send the military and help from the foreign countries, the NATO and the United States, to make sure they go fight these militias in the north. Because this is a place in the north side of Africa, in the north side of my country, which is Mali, that America actually wanted to put a military base there to oversee the northwestern countries.
Strategic.
Basically, Al-Qaeda wants that whole... It's like we're fighting for the same bone, basically. Al-Qaeda is like, no, that's never gonna happen, and I'm pretty sure America is not gonna let that happen either. Because once America, the NATO, the United Countries of Africa get together and unite around one table and make sure that these people are not, you know, allowed to have a country within a country for Al-Qaeda, there will be peace. As far as unity here in America, that's much, much easier. But much easier, but it's hard to put your hands on it. It's not tangible. The Republicans don't want to work with the Democrats. The Democrats don't want to work with the Republicans, at least for now, because if the Republicans work with the Democrats and the economy gets better, Barack is going to take credit for it. That's what happens. When the economy goes down, the president takes credit. When it goes up, the president takes credit. So they want to make sure Barack is a one-term president. That's why they want to make sure everything just collapses tomorrow. So that by tomorrow, the Democrats are bound to work with them because everybody wants this country, this great country on earth, to thrive again. But unfortunately, nobody's working with nobody. The Democrats are feigning to work with the Republicans. The Republicans are not, because 12 years ago, this same concept, these same opinions that the Republicans had, that used to be Republican ideas, they have all detached themselves from those ideas just because Barack wants to implement those ideas now. So now, 8 years ago it was good, now it's not good any longer because Barack wants to implement it. That's the major problem in the American politics right now. We are not united only because I signed a pledge to the grassroots, union that once you guys elect me into the office, I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna compromise that, because that's basically what it is. I'm gonna make sure the taxes never go up again. Everybody cheer Reagan. Taxes went up during Reagan years. If one president cannot actually pledge that the taxes won't go up because it's relevant with respect to the economy.
The GDP.
Basically, the GDP is very, very critical. A lot of people don't understand it. So every single day there is bad news in the economy, the Republicans are licking the chops. Because that's what they want people to hear about. That's what they want people to know. Basically, if you're happy that the economy is going down and you claim to be a patriot, you can't be a patriot and then claim for the economy to go down just for the next guy to lose, for you to do the same policies that put us in this mess in the first place. People tend to forget completely that it took Bush 8 years to collapse, to make this, to bring this economy to its knees. It's gonna take more than 4 years for Barack Obama to bring it up. A quick and horrible reference to that, and a quick and horrible analogy to that is the World Trade Center. It took them years to build it. A few minutes for it to collapse. It's always harder to build than to ruin something. The Republicans tend to forget that quick. This one brother wrote a book, I Hope the President Fails. And it was a bestseller because people bought it. I hope the president fails, meaning I hope the president of my country fails, meaning I hope my country fails. How patriotic is that?
All right, man. Thank you.
You are very welcome. When I start talking about this, I get worked up. I could talk about this forever. But thank you for having me here. My name is Damas. God bless this great country of earth.
All right, thank you, and God bless Mali.
You already know, absolutely.
All right.
I'm from Mali. I'm a product of America and Mali both, and God bless union. It's because once you're united, you can't be divided. But remember one thing, in order to be divided and conquered, you have to be, in order to be conquered, you have to be divided first. Divide and conquer. This has lived on since ancient years. You cannot be divided if you're united.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.